So the debate is on. Who is the all-around MVP of the NBA so far? It's a consensus right now on a two-man race. Russell Westbrook and James Harden. I feel like there's a third man that we can discuss in this, but I'll save that until the end. So right now it's been debatable for the last 2 weeks. Is Russell Westbrook the consensus MVP? Or is James Harden just climbing his way back up there? But let's just go over their numbers first. Let's start with Russell Westbrook. Because right now he is the favorite to take home the MVP come April. All due respect. He's averaging 30.7 points per game, which is first in the NBA. 10.3 assists per game, which is second in the NBA. 10.4 rebounds per game, which is 12th in the NBA. And his player efficiency rating is 29.13, which is leading the NBA. James Harden, averaging 28.7 points per game, which is third in the NBA. 11.5 assists per game, first in the NBA. But here's where, if you're basing it on statistical stance, this is where you kind of go towards Westbrook more. 8.2 rebounds per game, which is 25th in the NBA. And a player efficiency rating of 27.4. So if you base it off just those three to four things, you would think Russell Westbrook would be MVP. However, there is still more that you can dissect out of this, which I find extremely interesting. Let's kind of start off with the three-point shot. Russell Westbrook is 106 for 319 on three-point shots, which is good enough for 33.2%. James Harden. Actually, let's do this real quick. Russell Westbrook, just in field goal percentage, 498 for 1,187, which is good for 42%. Now, this is a stat that is really interesting. This is where you kind of think, maybe does Harden get back into this? The Houston Rockets are first in the NBA in making three-pointers with 764. Second is Cleveland with 615. So clearly, the Rockets can make three-pointers. And honestly, if you're just a casual basketball watcher, like if you only watch throughout, maybe only watch the playoffs, you'd be shocked and amazed to see that the Rockets are leading the NBA in made three-pointers with 764, and second place isn't even Golden State. You'd be shocked by that statistic. But out of those 764, James Harden has only made 162 of those. However, it's third in the NBA with 21%. But who is he behind in three-point shooting? You can probably guess who's number one. As of the recording of this video, which is Thursday night, just after midnight Eastern. I'm in the Midwest, so it's only 11 o'clock. As of right now, it's Steph Curry, of course, with 199 made three-pointers. Of course, that stat's going to change because they're playing right now. And NBA.com updates their stats after every game. But it's who's in second place, where you think maybe James Harden isn't as valuable as what people think. Because second place with making three-point shots is Eric Gordon, who was also on the Houston Rockets, his teammate. So Eric Gordon is second in the NBA in made three-pointers, and James Harden is third. So what do you think? Maybe if the Rockets had to play a game without James Harden, they'd have a better chance of winning a game than OKC does without Russell Westbrook. But here's a stat that James Harden does better than Russell Westbrook. Field goals made, 427 out of 961, which is good enough for 44%, respectively. But here's where things come in. As you know, Russell Westbrook has is only 33% from 3-point shots. However, the Thunder are 29th in the NBA in 3-point percentage. They're 29th. That is second to worst. And the fact that Russell Westbrook has 33% of where OKC is the bottom category, do you think that makes him more valuable than James Harden? Let's go to this conclusion. Russell Westbrook has attempted 226 more shots than James Harden. Would you think in a sense that maybe Russell Westbrook has had to? Because Russell Westbrook has had to take more shots. Based on the stat, you still have Eric Gordon who can make shots. You got Trevor Ariza. You've got Sam Decker who had a couple great games this year for the Rockets. So let's just say that the Rockets and Thunder meet up in a regular season game. However, both these star players can't play. Westbrook's not playing for Oklahoma City, and James Harden's playing for Houston. Who do you think would have a better chance of winning? I would say the Rockets have a better chance of winning because the Thunder without Westbrook, just think about where the Thunder would be if Westbrook was not on this team. You lose Kevin Durant and free agency of the Warriors. Just imagine what would happen if you lost Westbrook too. Where would the Thunder be? Which I'm going to get to that in a moment. It's probably going to be a shocking conclusion for some of you. The Rockets are 6th in field goal percentage, including 2nd in 3-point percentage. But the Thunder are 18th in field goal percentage. And here is really what makes the final decision for me. Russell Westbrook has led the Thunder in scoring in 45 of the 50 games so far this year, while James Harden has led the Rockets in only 36 of the team's 52 games so far this year. And Russell Westbrook has more triple-doubles than James Harden does. So if you compare these numbers, I would say Russell Westbrook deserves to be MVP. Some would say James Harden. I agree. You can make arguments for either of these guys. That's why we're doing this. But I feel like Russell Westbrook would be the MVP choice right now. But maybe somebody after the All-Star break will probably just turn into form. I did bring up a third guy. I think that third guy would be Isaiah Thomas. He's second in the NBA in points per game. He's really coming on strong for Boston right now. Boston's really hot. Maybe if Boston does something at the trade deadline, maybe they could have a shot to make the finals. We think the Cavs have a cakewalk to the finals. Maybe Boston could stay something. If Isaiah Thomas can step up and he can maybe lead the team. Because Isaiah Thomas has a lot to prove. In fact, all these guys have stuff to prove. But basically what we saw out of Russell Westbrook, as soon as KD went to the Warriors, we all knew that Russell Westbrook was going to have a big year. We knew the team was going to be on his back. And that's why I feel like he deserves to be MVP. Because I feel like if the Thunder did not have Russell Westbrook, you're already down Kevin Durant. You don't have Russell Westbrook. I feel like the Thunder are probably one of the worst 3 teams in the NBA. I feel like they're at the bottom tier. They're probably down with the Lakers or down with the Suns without Russell Westbrook. However, if the Thunder didn't have James Harden, I feel like the Rockets would probably be in 8th place. I feel like they'd be creeping in. I think they'd sneak in for probably the 8th seed. I was talking to somebody earlier and they said that James Harden should be MVP just because the Rockets have a better record. But better records don't really mean anything. Because if we were talking about better records, your front runner would be Steph Curry. And let's just face it. If Kevin Durant wasn't on the Warriors and he was on somebody like, let's just say maybe he was on Boston or the Wizards, Steph Curry's probably the front runner right now. Because the only reason why Steph Curry's not in the MVP race is because he's not getting as many shots as he did last year or the year before that. That's the only reason why. Because Kevin Durant's there. Just a little food for thought. Anyway, that'll do it. Have a great day. See you next time.